Open-world gaming has become a powerful commercial force in the industry today, with many iconic IPs ditching their tried and tested gameplay formulas to try and get a piece of the success, including famously linear franchises like Sonic. Unfortunately, this has led to numerous lackluster releases that shoehorn in an underwhelming open world for marketing and advertising purposes. Still, when an open-world game is done right, it can create a fantastic gameplay experience for the player that is hard to top. When people think of open-world gaming, they tend to imagine action-adventure games and RPGs. Although these genres do indeed dominate the open-world market, there have also been a handful of fantastic racing games over the years take place in enormous game worlds that players are free to drive around and explore. The following open-world racing games all struck gold with excellent driving mechanics, interesting events, and tantalizing maps that are begging to be explored. Number 9. Driver, San Francisco. It's a shame that the Driver series hasn't seen a major entry in quite some time. San Francisco is a genuinely amazing title that makes players feel like an action hero behind the wheel. Players can do everything from serving as getaway drivers to straight up taking over the bodies of other drivers to steer their cars. Driver, San Francisco is one of the most high-octane driving games around, where players need to accomplish several objectives while going through several amazing set pieces along the way. The shiftability is easily the biggest highlight of this game, and it's a shame that more developers haven't tried to integrate this unique mechanic in their racing titles. Number 8. Midnight Club 3. It's a shame that Midnight Club is a series that never really stayed relevant in Rockstar's library. Their attention shifted to open-world action games with an emphasis on driving instead of a game solely focused on the art of racing. Many fans of Midnight Club are sad that this approach has been taken since one of their most beloved racing franchises isn't a part of the mainstream anymore. Thankfully, there are enough games in this series that players can check out whenever they feel like they are missing out on this brilliant series. The vibe of this title is unmatched, and players who check this game out will enjoy one of the finest racing games they've laid their hands on. Number 7. BeamNG Drive. BeamNG Drive is a racing simulation game that is an absolute joy to play. Crashing a car in this game is more satisfying than frustrating because of how realistic and fun the damage mechanics of the car are. The user-made content ensures that players will be able to sink a ton of hours into this game. BeamNG Drive might be one of the more hardcore sandbox racing games on the market, but players who get into this early access title will have a great time indeed. That said, the project has been in early access for roughly a decade and it is still not that close to completion. BeamNG released version 0.32 in April 2024. Number 6. Test Drive Unlimited 2. Test Drive Unlimited 2 featured a stunning open world for its era, which was based on the real-life island of Oahu, the third largest Hawaiian island, as well as the Spanish island of Ibiza. Along with the fantastic world design, Test Drive Unlimited 2 also impressed fans and critics with its wide range of vehicles on offer, with asphalt cars, off-road vehicles, classic cars, and motorcycles all available to drive. The game features a simple but enjoyable campaign where the player is tasked with winning a range of tournaments, with the goal of earning the Solar Crown. Number 5. Midtown Madness 2. The sequel to Midtown Madness was exactly what most people expected, tightening up the racing controls in a title that let players explore two detailed environments across a wealth of racing modes. This time, the cities that make the cut are London and San Francisco. Both areas are a blast to explore, making it clear why players love this classic racing game despite the title's relevance being all but dead in modern times. If players manage to get this game working on modern systems, they'll be treated to a fun open-world racing game. Midtown Madness 2 doesn't cut any corners, letting players enjoy the simple act of speeding around in these urban landscapes to their heart's content. To this day, wrecking cops and leaving them in the dust remains thrilling, no matter how dated the presentation may feel.
Make sure if you're enjoying our list to hit that like button and of course subscribe for future content.
Number 4. Forza Horizon 4. Even with all the love that Forza Horizon 5 has received as one of the best open-world racing games ever made, many people feel like the previous game in the series was better. Forza Horizon 4 brought many welcome changes to the formula while tightening the racing gameplay to perfection. The result is a fantastic racing game that lets players enjoy the lush environments of Great Britain, featuring a wealth of landmarks that look amazing as the seasons change. It's one of the best open-world racing games that any fan should try if they want a spectacular, no-nonsense driving game where speed is king. Number 3. Burnout Paradise. Prior to Burnout Paradise's release, the Burnout series was synonymous with over-the-top, arcade-style street racing action. Consequently, when it was announced that 2008's Burnout Paradise would be implementing an open world, many people were unhappy, as they felt like it was an unnecessary addition that would detract from the events. However, it soon became clear that Criterion Games and Electronic Arts knew what they were doing, as post-release data showed that 90% of players didn't even touch the races, opting instead to focus on the game's social features and explore the big new world. It's not hard to understand why, as although the game's events were still great, the joy of simply driving around the meticulously crafted world was an absolute delight and unlike anything else at the time. In many ways, its open-world driving was comparable to Grand Theft Auto 5 years before Rockstar's game was released. Interestingly, this surprising revelation sparked a drastic shift in how AAA developers perceived and made open-world games, making Burnout Paradise one of the most influential open-world games of all time. Number 2. Need for Speed Underground 2. Need for Speed Underground 2 was released back in 2004, which makes the game all the more impressive considering how rare open-world games were at the time, largely due to hardware limitations. Along with its open world, EA's Need for Speed Underground 2 stood out with its stellar customization options, the story-driven campaign that was presented through comic strip-style cutscenes, and its memorable soundtrack. As for the racing itself, Need for Speed Underground 2 had a great range of different game modes for players to choose from, including drag racing, drifting, circuit race, and Street X mode, where 4 racers compete in tight, narrow tracks. Number 1. Forza Horizon 5. Forza Horizon 5 doesn't try to reinvent the wheel, offering a similar core gameplay experience to its predecessor, Forza Horizon 4, but with an entirely new map. Forza Horizon 5 is set in a fictional representation of Mexico on a wonderfully diverse map with a vast range of different biomes for players to explore. Forza Horizon 5 was a huge hit with fans and critics, exemplified by its 92 critic score and 8.2 user score on Metacritic. The game also performed exceptionally well at end-of-year award shows, picking up numerous accolades, including Best Sports or Racing Game at the Game Awards. Like all of its predecessors, Forza Horizon 5 is just fun. The arcade-style controls make for an immediately accessible experience, while the events tend to be a mix of over-the-top silliness and fairly classic races, or drifts, drags, battles, or etc. The season system ensures that change is always around the corner, and the different types of roads encourage players to build a robust garage that can cover most terrain.
Okay, so that's it for today. So if you enjoyed it, punch the like button, comment down below, of course, subscribe to the channel for my Twitter and Instagram links down below. As always, of course, I'll put my TubeBuddy first in the description for YouTube needs, tag titles, thumbnails, all that good stuff. So that's something you need help with, especially like I did. First in the description, download it today. Trust me, you'll wonder how you ever got on with it. And of course, our partner channels, and they hit down below, hit that join button to put myself and the channel, and of course get a huge range of benefits. But greatly appreciated, but of course, you never have to. But if you don't, you have to subscribe and watch the next video, or something might follow you home. You never know, stuff happens. Okay, thank you very much. I'll see you all again very soon.